Rachel, Friday is International Women's Day. Just looking specifically at sport, how much has women's sport grown over the last few years?
I think women's sport overall has been helped by huge competitions such as the Olympics in 2012 really highlighted women's sport overall, but how women's football has developed in the 16 years that I've been involved at England now it's been steady, positive progress.
You know, the amount of girls now playing football, not only football, sport, and you know the levels of coaching and the facilities that are available to girls and women is absolutely fantastic. So the progress has been brilliant, and hopefully it continues.
People's perceptions of the sport have just changed positively. I think when I first at school, I was probably the only girl playing, and it was all negative. But now loads of people at school are so positive about it, so encouraging. They come and watch the games. A lot of them came to the quarter-final at Coventry, which is bizarre. Never seen them since school, and come and watch the game. But everyone's changed. Everyone comes up to all of us really and says great things about us, and it's just it's really nice to hear. And hopefully the future generation will come through and won't have the barriers that we've had, and they'll grow and rocket, and the sport will develop even more.
And during your time in the game, what are some of those changes that you've seen?
Well, I mean, when I made my debut in '97, was involved with the squad from '95, '96. We didn't train we trained maybe twice a week with clubs, and for me, I've seen going from kind of being a leisure player and not really having that sort of professional emphasis on my game to really seeing the turnaround and kind of felt the turnaround as well. In what was expected of you now and in the last sort of 5 years is a whole, it's a full-time job basically.
The state of the game and the level that it's competing at now is absolutely brilliant. So hopefully it can carry on step by step, not gradually, nothing too big, but step by step. Hopefully it'll keep improving, and that's the way to go.
I think the main thing is for us to keep growing. I don't know how big it can get. Men's football is huge, but we're a different sport. As crazy as it sounds, we're very different to the men, and rightly so. I think we should have a different identity, and hopefully we'll continue with that pathway. But I think the women's game just needs to keep growing and keep going with its own identity and see where it takes us, really.
Did you have any female sporting role models when you were growing up?
To be honest, all my sporting role models were male. Because we're talking a good few years ago now, since I was a child. Sort of 20 years ago when I, kind of got introduced to football. So my role models, for instance, were Peter Schmeichel growing up. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. But I think that's a really important thing for young athletes, whether it's football, young budding footballers or just young athletes across any sport, is that they have realistic role models to look up to. My
two female role models were Rachel Yankey and Kelly Smith, which is really bizarre. I think I come into the squad really young, and both of them were still playing when I was in like the under-19s, under-17s and stuff. And I think I remember watching Yanks play for England, and at the time I was a nippy right winger, and she was obviously a nippy left winger, and I just loved everything how she played, and she was definitely a role model. And Kelly as well, because she was just the one that went to America, the best player. I liked attacking players. They were two, and now obviously I play with them. They've been my role models since I was a child, and I still look up to them, have a lot of respect for them both.
For you, what is the best thing about being involved in sport?
I think just the people that you meet. You meet, a vast majority of people from all different backgrounds. You learn so much every single day with being with people. And I think it enables you to travel the world, to see places and, to see cultures and different backgrounds that you would never really be able to see without it. And also just to it helps you keep competitive, healthy, and a healthy body, healthy mind. So I think I really enjoyed those three things.
It's really encouraging that, especially in our sport, we're getting that female role models now to the younger generation. And in other sports as well, we just need to keep encouraging it because, it's really nice to see women actually getting some recognition in sport.